In this video, I'm going to show you the makselife Goal Setting Undated Quarterly Daily Planner. So this is just one of many versions of their planners that they have. There's also a vertical weekly, a vertical horizontal. I purchased the A5 page size, but you can also get a 7x9. This one is a quarterly. You can also get a 6 monthly. You can get a 12-month dated. You can get digital planners. There is tons of different options on their website to suit pretty much anyone, and if you don't want to plan on paper, there's also a digital version as well. So plenty of options. So the reason I chose to get the unbound version is to hopefully save on shipping. Not sure if I really did or not. I kind of felt like it was a flat rate to get it to Australia, and it was very expensive for shipping. And I also wanted to do disc binding. So if you follow me, you know that I'm always a fan of disc binding. So I got some discs from my sister's shop, carefully crafted, and then I just punched the pages, and now I can add and remove and rearrange it as often as I want. And even though it is a quarterly and it's daily, I prefer to do weekly planning. So I'm going to actually hack the daily layout into a weekly spread, which I'll show you in a sec. So with it being daily, it is quite chunky, even though it's only for a quarter. I can see why they've broken the planner up into smaller parts, because this is about 0.75 inches wide. I used 1.5 inch discs. You could probably squeeze it onto a smaller disc if you lost some of the pages, but I would rather have a bit more room on the quill than not enough, on the disc, because otherwise then the pages might, come off more easily. But if I've got a bit of excess space here, they're more likely to stay on. So it has this clear cover to protect it from any damage. I was kind of hoping it would come with a prettier cover, because if you get their pre-bound planners, there's some really nice chevron, nice pattern covers that they do. There's also leather covers as well if you're interested in those. It gives you the tabs as well that you can punch and add in. Because it's undated, you can start using it whenever you like. The paper is a really nice bright white, which I obviously love. I hope it's showing up on the camera. I will have photos of everything on the blog post, which will be linked down below. So if you want to read all of this, you can always have a look at the blog post. So true to its name, it is a goal planner. It has plenty of goal planning pages. It even has this entire section with its own little separate tab for you before you get into the actual, day-to-day planning. This is a nice color printing that I was talking about in pretty rainbow colors, which is probably why the planner is a little expensive. So if you are on a budget, and especially if you're in Australia and don't want to pay for the shipping, maybe go for the digital version. Digital version has these pages in it as well. So some guides for doing your goal setting, and then it gives you an assessment scoring for each of these categories, and the little rating categories differ for each, which I have not seen another planner do, and I quite like how specific it really gets. And you can go, okay, my scores were low for this category, this one, and then that's maybe where you steer your focus. Intentions. Some more tips on setting goals. You could probably pull some of these guide pages out of the planner if you didn't want to carry them around with you all the time. I think it would be good to have a separate little booklet, and then you don't have it actually bound into the planner. It's fine because I chose the inserts and did disc binding, but if you purchase the pre-bound version, you're going to be carrying these around with you all the time, and I don't know about you, but I don't really need to refer back to these pages on a day-to-day basis. So I've broken it down into annual, monthly, and weekly. Here's some weekly reflection questions, pretty similar to the ones that I already do. This is a good one though. What adjustments do I need to make? Some other prompters so you can get really specific when you're doing your goal planning. And then some free space, which is dot grid for you to do some planning. I'm pretty sure that grid is 6 mil. I did measure it before, but I do need to just double check that. That'll be in the post, blog post, which will be linked down below. Annual goals, and then it splits it out into those same categories. So you'll see these categories flow through the entire planner. So you have them in the annual section, and then later on in the monthly section as well. Vision board with some blank paper to write on. Some more goal setting tips, which I'll let you pause the video and read. And then we have the first actual planning section. So we have the 2-page monthly calendar, undated, start it whenever you like. It does have a Sunday week start, but you could always use some whiteout or some stickers and convert that into a Monday week start. At least by being undated, there are no split boxes, no annoying, triangle or half, which I always find really irritating. And then just a blank lined note sidebar. I have done all the dimensions for each of these boxes and sections and everything. I just can't remember off the top of my head. It'll be in that blog post link down below. And then this is what I was talking about before, where those same goals that you set flow through the whole way of the planner. So you saw it at the annual, and now you're seeing it at the monthly. Same categories, you can have your focus for the month, and then plenty of space to write whatever you're doing related to that goal. Normally planners don't give you enough. This one you might even have too much, which is a good problem to have. Space to write, I mean. And then we have some more doc group pages where you can do a lessons learned. I like that it just gives you the prompter up the top here, and it doesn't have the question and then line to put an answer. So if you need more space to reflect on a certain category, you can, because it's just like a free page. And then we see those goals again on the weekly. So it's very much not just putting in the day-to-day tasks in your planner. It's also considering what you set, the initial goals, and making sure that you do them right down to the little day-to-day. So this is the weekly overview, which you'll get obviously at the start of each week. And then we go into the daily pages. So you get 1 page per day. As you can see, this whole planner is structured on these weekly spreads and the daily, but there is still flexibility. So we have just one big box for each day, but you could always draw a line and convert that into 2 boxes for each day, or you could even do 3 boxes if you wanted to. There's enough space to do that. It has a very open-ended daily layout as well. It's got focus and then 1, 2, 3, which you can do your priorities, or if you wanted to, you could turn that into your work to-dos and then your personal to-dos. It's got a section here which you can put your time, so 8 a.m, 8:30, 8:15, whatever intervals that you like, or your appointments. Or someone like me who loves doing checklists, I would probably just turn that into even more checklist space. Down the bottom, you've got some open-ended dot grid if you want to do, a Pomodoro tracker. You want to just jot any random notes. And then you have these 3 boxes as well, which you could use depending on what goals you're tracking. I see some people do their income spending in boxes like these for each day. Maybe you want to do your breakfast, lunch, dinner. So it's an open-ended layout. You can customize however you like. It is a little plain with the colors. It's just a shaded light gray, but then you can always do lots of color coding in rainbow colors. I really think that the Papermate Inkjoy gel colors will work nicely with that rainbow compass in the goal setting section that you saw earlier, if you wanted to coordinate it. You can see all the daily pages. So even Saturday and Sunday get their own full page for each day, which is excellent. And then we go again into the review, actions, weekly overview, and it starts again. So lots of these pages, and you get 1 tab for each month. As you can see there. I'm just going to skip ahead. This is a little awkward to do one-handed, apologies. Just bear with me as I am holding my phone to film in the other hand. Not normally this difficult. I hope I'm not deterring anyone who's interested in disc binding. It is amazing. It's just better when you've got 2 hands to turn the pages. And at least with disc binding, you can completely fold the pages back on themselves. So if you have a small writing area, there we go, it's popped out, you can fold it back like this. And then you can pop the page out, write whatever you need to write, and then you can just pop it back in. You can get discs from plenty of places. I will have a blog post that I did recently linked down below, and you can also get plastic or aluminium discs, which again I have another blog post with recommendations for that, which I'll also link. The makselife website do not sell any discs at the moment, so you can do it with any disc that you like. I used my arc punch to do the punching because it is A5 page size, and the arc works better with that. If you were to use the Happy Planner, I tested where the holes would punch and it wouldn't work out very neatly. Like one would be, you know, down here and then one would be over here, and it just wasn't lining up very well, just because Happy Planner works better with their page sizes, which are the non, you know, standard, you know, A4, A5 works better with the ARC, and then 7x9, etc. That kind of size works better with the Happy Planner. Here's some monthly reflections, questions, and a rating for the month, which is always a nice touch. And then we have the next monthly section, and I really want to get right to the back for you guys so you can see at the end of each quarter. That page has just popped out, but we can fix it up later. We have the quarterly assessment. So we have that same compass thing that we saw earlier in the goals category, where you can rate out of 10 each category. And then you can track against the previous, they say quarter, but I would probably track this monthly. I'd probably add some extra columns for that, and you can see, okay, what am I improved on? Some more prompter questions to get you thinking about it and see if you want to continue with the same goals or maybe switch to some others. Open-ended dot grid space to do some more planning. And then we have the future plans. So if you were using these each quarter and buying the inserts each quarter, not really sure I would bother using this future plans, because I would already have like the next quarter with me. But if you wanted to get started on next quarter without having brought the inserts already, then you do have these pages here where you can put whatever month you want. Some more dot grid for general notes or whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to draw a graph to track your income or spending or share portfolio or whatever you're doing. I always like doing that on dot grid paper. I have done a pen test of the makselife paper, because I also purchased the dot grid notebook that you could use for bullet journaling, and I'll have that pen test results in the blog post, which will be linked down below. This is the sticker sheet that came with the planner. One sticker had already peeled off, but not really a big deal. These are again the same colors that you saw on that goal setting compass. They're a bit more muted and dull than the rainbow colors that I typically go for, but at least they're not pastel, cannot stand pastel colors. So these ones are more, I guess, like a mature rainbow, and really nice little icons down here, some flags, goals, and then some dots. I would definitely buy more sheets of these because I think they're good functional stickers. Do kind of wish that the little graphics down here were a bit bigger, so it was just easier to see what was on each sticker. Like, I'm not really seeing a birthday cake. You only get this party hat one. I always use birthday cake stickers. Not really a big deal though. And because it's undated, they give you these stickers where you can add them to the tabs and start at whatever month you like. And you also get the pocket folder, but it is very thin. It's really only going to hold a few sheets of stickers, and then you get that clear cover again to stop the planner getting, you know, dirty and damaged, etc. So I hope you found this review of the makselife planner helpful. I'll have all those things I was talking about throughout the video linked down below, but if you want to just see it all, just go to the blog post about this planner and I'll have it all listed out in there. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more planner review videos. I usually do a new video each fortnight.